Everybody, it's David. Welcome to MSOM 602, Module 3. It is football Sunday here at the Britt household, and that normally means we're out here on the deck getting ready to watch the Seahawks play. And so all of us, including our little one-year-old granddaughter, will have her Seahawk gear on today. So I guess that's kind of silly, but long time Seahawk fans. All right. Module 3 this week, and it's one of my favorite ones in this course because I think there's so much practical application off of this module. But you're going to have two chapters to read in the book this week. You're going to have chapter 5 that talks about situational leadership. Situational leadership. When you think about this, we're so hung up today on being fair and equal. And so everyone needs to be treated the same, regardless of who they are and their backgrounds and what is best for them. So you may treat someone equal to someone else, and it may not benefit them at all, which to me is kind of silly. And so what I used to do in business is I didn't use the phrase fair and equal. I used the phrase fair and equitable. And one of these days I'm going to have a discussion board post that has you determine the difference between fair and equal and fair and equitable. I do believe that fair and equal, again, is overused today, where fair and equitable would mean that you're getting the same type of benefit, but it's more suited to you. It's more equitable for you. So that's just an aside. But in chapter 5, you're going to study situational leadership. And Ken Blanchard's actually one of the foremost authorities on this. You're going to see a video this week that talks about that as well. And then chapter 6 talks about self-leadership. Self-leadership. I believe one of the largest challenges today is that we're so focused on other people in business that we forget to lead ourselves. And so Blanchard has some interesting words to say about self-leadership as well. And that leads into the discussion board post this week. The discussion board post will talk about focusing on self-leadership and all the components that are associated with that. And then the assignment this week is talking about how you can match your leadership style to the development of people. And so it's really important to me, if you're looking at situational leadership, to be able to develop people based upon their strengths and not have some canned approach to things. Because let's face it, people are different in many, many ways. And if we treat everyone the same in their development plan, then perhaps we're wasting time on the things that they are strong in, and we're not spending enough time to develop other elements of that individual. And so that's what the assignment this week is about, is matching your leadership style to the development of different people. All of these, by the way, are continuing on the track of servant leadership, because if you focus on serving individuals, then you're focused on knowing them, you're focused on developing plans specifically for them as you go forward. And then the memo exercise this week is about situational leadership. And what I'm asking you to do is to define that for your people, and then talk to them about how you're going to apply that in the workplace. Because if you think about it this way, if you talk about situational leadership where people are going to be treated differently based upon the situation, then some people will look at that and go, hold it, you did this for John, but you did this for Jane, and you didn't do the same thing for both. And so it would be helpful to explain your idea on situational leadership to your people so that they fully understand why you're doing what you're doing. And so I would ask you in any of these memo exercises, I'm hearkening back to memo exercise 1, where we talked about vision statements. It's important for you to define those terms before you begin to explain them to people. And so in this situation, make sure that you define for your employees what situational leadership is. Don't just start talking about it, because they're not going to know. And if they don't know, then they're going to make up a definition that may be different than what you have thought about. Okay? And so that is Module 3. I will be leaving this week for Seattle, be up there for a couple weeks, and then I start my Asian adventure again. But in the meantime, and as always, I'm totally accessible if you need to chat with me. Okay? Have a great week. Chat with you soon.